Next, we're going to be looking at editing the site layout, which will be found under the gear and page. The first thing we'll look at is page settings, which allow different things. One I want to look at first is the allowing the comments, which will allow us to have this box appear on the bottom of our page, and so people can view and make comments on there. So you can choose whether or not you want that. Another thing under the site layout, and this is probably more important, is edit the site layout. Now this is going to allow us to edit the sidebars, the headers, and the footers. So clicking on my gear, edit site layout, and then these will pop up. Notice also this toolbar across here. So let's first look at this toolbar. This will allow us to change what we see on here. Currently we just have a sidebar in this page. The header will allow us to put will basically hid my website header. And so I want to keep this on there. I'll keep that highlighted. You'll notice that these are depressed, which means they're on there right now. So if I don't want my sidebar, I could click on that, it would go away. I don't currently have a horizontal navigation, so I click on that, and then I would get another bar across here. These would give me links to other pages in my site, whether or not I want those. Same thing with the custom footer. I can put anything down there at the bottom that I might want. The next thing we'll want to look at is editing the sidebar. So again, gear, edit site layout, and the sidebar. Now under that sidebar, the pencil here will allow us to edit this, and this one, this plus sign, will allow me to add new sidebars. So let me show you another page that I've created here. And notice under this page, I have a second toolbar here, which are some contact me links. And so if we wanted to add another one, we would just click on plus, and we can add either navigation with links or just another text toolbar to our thing. So say I add a text toolbar, and I can type something about my site. So if I wanted to add some links or a contact info, I can click on navigation, which will give me this new toolbox. I just click on the toolbox I want to edit, and then it'll pop up the sidebar there. And if I want to say, for example, contacts. Now in this part, when I want to add something, I can either add a link, or I can actually include my email. So if I want to leave an email address for myself, I can just type my email address. I can tell it whether to open in this link or another window, and then it will appear here. Now if I had additional things to display there, I'll just make up something there. And I can also change the order by clicking on these up and down arrows. So if we want to add announcements or links to course resources, this would probably be something you want to do on the edit text on the page. Maybe you want to do that on the home page or maybe on another page. And so maybe I'm going to do that on page 2. And since I want to edit text, I'm going to come back to here and click on the pencil. Maybe I can also change my name here. Maybe I want this page to be about my announcements. And I could type in whatever I need to do here. So this could be something that you change. And you could let students know to come check in on this regularly. You can add files on this page. And just like we looked at before, you can edit a lot of the things within this toolbox. Now another thing we can do if we want to insert, if I click on the insert, it will give us a lot of different links here. So let's look at that in a little more detail here. What I'm going to do now is embed a class calendar. Now for embedding a class calendar, the first thing we'll want to do is actually go to Google Calendar and create the calendar that we want to embed. You probably don't want to put your personal calendar in there. So I went into my calendar and I created a calendar named after my class. If you just open up your calendar, whatever it is. So if I want to create a new calendar, we don't want to do it under create. That'll just put another event on your current calendar. We click on this little arrow under my calendars, and we can create a new calendar. So maybe I want this to be for my AP Calculus class. And you can change different settings on there, like where you are, and just hit create calendar, either spot. And now I have another calendar that should have appeared on my sidebar. Oh, there it is right now. Okay, so when you want to create an event, you can just click on it. Maybe you want to say that you have homework due. But you also make sure you put it on the right calendar. This is putting it on my personal calendar right now, but I want it to be under the AP Calculus class. So I'll click that, and it will appear under the class that I want. And so if I want to edit a different calendar, change it to a different event, maybe I have another class I want to do it, I can still click on this calendar, but I would just click here. Notice it will appear on this one, but only because I have both showing. You can choose to hide whichever calendar you're going to see by clicking on these different sides over here. Now, if you want to put this into your website, you'll probably do it under one of these toolbars. If you wanted to change the layout so that it's only in part of it, maybe something like this. Maybe I wanted my text up here. Now I can go to Insert. I go to the calendar link, and this will access your Google Calendar, but you're going to have to choose which one you want to embed. So I was just working on my AP Calculus class, and so I will select that one as the calendar I want to choose. You can also display multiple calendars on there, under there, so maybe I want to put my school calendar so they can also see school holidays on that calendar. And you can choose whether they view it by month or week right there. You can change your time zone and click Save. Okay, so here we see the calendar embedded in the website.